Welcome to Punditviews for the evening. We had a little bit of a hiatus, basically getting some more guests and stuff. But now I'm Jacob Christner, the pundit's pundit himself. And tonight we have a new guest. He's brand spanking new I'm just saying this right now. I'm not going to do what Denzel does and do a whole bunch of things. I'm not that kind of a hype man. He's just the black mean Gene Oakland anyway. Anyway. We got this. Dude, we have a new guy, Pensmansports. Bring him on.
What's going on? How you guys doing? Hope everybody's good out there.
Jacob, you can't hear him?
I can hear you. I can't hear you, but I don't know.
Jacob, we can't hear you. Oh, okay, he's coming right back. He's gonna come right back. Okay, I'll just kick it off, man. So, you're brand new to Sideline Sports. Tell us a little bit about your content, man.
I do Penguin stuff. I do Steelers content, news, all kinds of stuff, trades, rumors, live streams. I'm trying to get an NFL draft. I did that last year. Everything went well. So got almost 1,048 subscribers. So we are good to go.
Hey, Gene, did you hear me?
Okay, I hear you.
I called you the black mean Gene Oakland earlier.
Yeah, I know. I heard. All right.
Can you hear me now, bud?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Sometimes that happens to me. So anyway, so you're from Pennsylvania, correct?
That's correct.
Oh, okay, good. So you've been so what you do is do you do like fantasy football? What do you kind of do? Do you do what do all the stuff that you do with the Pensman?
My very stream was fantasy, but fantasy football didn't go well. So I do live streams, I do trades, I do NBA stuff, college basketball, all kinds of stuff. But a lot of my subscribers like me when I do Penguins games and Steelers games and all kinds of trade rumors and all kinds of stuff.
Really? So now I was going to say this. Well, your people, by the way, what did your really, really overall, what did people think of Kenny Pickett's year, to be very honest?
What I've heard and seen, they think it was a great development. They liked how towards the beginning, they were like, but towards the middle, they're like, okay, he's starting to develop. So they're looking at a Florida quarterback right now, the guy that set the record. I forget what his name is. It's like Anthony something. They're looking for him. They do not like Mitch Trubisky, and they don't like Mason Rudolph.
The thing being, this is the big thing. You would have been 9-8. This is the thing. You'd been 9-8 with or without Kenny. You'd been 9-8 with Mitch too. There has not been a year outside of his rookie year where he's had losing years. There is something with media that makes fans turn on Mitch. There's nothing wrong. He is not a star.
He's not. But he wasn't when he was in Chicago either.
No. And I never said that. But they won ball games because they won with nobody else.
Right. No, I'm saying he wasn't right. I wasn't a fan of him when he was in Chicago because he always teleport where he was going to throw at.
Well, the biggest thing about it is was the fact that it's like he was with him not being the greatest quarterback in the world. And I'm saying this. him not being the greatest quarterback helped him with Nagy, because Nagy had so many screw ups with his play calls that you needed somebody that just kind of went off instinct and just did his own thing and just dropped it off or just ran. Because everybody else that was better that came into the game absolutely just blew up.
Right.
I mean, literally 14 wins in 5 years without Trubisky.
Right. I thought with him being under Josh Allen, I thought he would develop how to be a better quarterback, but nope.
Well, no, he was. Here's the thing. He is what Trubisky is he is what he is. You're going to win. It's like what I say is you keep him as a backup, or you get someone that can win also, but don't get an 0-7 quarterback like as a backup just because it saves a few bucks. It's like because remember, Kenny Pickett has two. He had a bad ankle and 2 concussions, so you really got to be careful with something like that. It's like you got to remember the only game he really had a real bad blow up, was the Baltimore game.
Right.
So it's like that 3 interceptions.
He did have 3 game. He had 3 game winning drives though.
Yeah.
So he has potential.
Right. I'm just saying the biggest thing about it. This is the only thing right now in Pittsburgh. You have two quarterbacks you can put into the game to win games. I saw what happened in Chicago. Fields isn't great, but it's like the offense just went to hell. What's up, Vic? It went to complete hell when it went to Trevor Siemian and Nate Peterman. So you got to get people that can come in and be able to do what you need to do to win games. The end of it is to winning games.
Right. I got it.
Oh, and that's the big thing. So, well, okay, and I was going to say this. It's like, how long have you lived in Pittsburgh?
How what?
How long have you lived in Pittsburgh?
Oh, I don't live in Pittsburgh. I live in about 2 hours from Philly, but I've always been a Steelers fan. I just hate the Eagles with a passion, but I've been a diehard Steelers fan since I was a kid.
So what happened how come you hated the Eagles?
The fan base, everybody thinks that they're better. They go 3-1 in preseason. Oh, Super Bowl. Yeah, okay. It's just I just can't stand them. But I live like 4 hours from Pittsburgh, but when I can, I take the trip when I can, but I don't get out there very often. But yeah, I just can't stand Philly fans. I can't stand Philly fans. I can't stand the fan base. But all Phillies thinks they're better than everybody else.
Well, I'll tell you this. In another universe, I bet you I'd been a Pittsburgh fan. And it's because my brother used to own a Pittsburgh Steelers jacket when he was a kid. And he wasn't a big sports fan, but he owned that jacket. And it's like if it wasn't for the Bears, and my dad was an older dad, and he lived in Chicago in 50 and 51. So he made me a Bears fan because he'd tell me all the stories of the day when he lived in the same hotel as the Bears.
Right. It's just that my first quarterback was Chris O'Donnell or Neil O'Donnell, so that's going back. If that helps you.
Oh, so you're about Neil O'Donnell. So you're about 94, 95?
Yes.
Yeah, I was born in 78. I go back to 84.
Yeah, you got to see the quarterback I want to see.
Who's that?
Bradshaw.
I missed Bradshaw by two. I missed Bradshaw by 2 years.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was gone in 82. I became a fan in 84.
Okay. But yeah,
I missed Alan Page also when he went to when he was in the Bears for 3 years. I missed him by 3 years because he left in 81.
Yeah, so
here's the thing. I did get to see. Now I'm not kidding you. I did get to see the very final year of Kenny Stabler.
Nice. I bet that was awesome.
Well, no, he was in this horrible.
I'm just saying, like, actually, I know he was horrible, but at least seeing him.
Yeah, I had an absorption at 6-7 years old of sports, and I did see Kenny Stabler, so I can say that. but
that's all
but
right.
No, he was awful by that. But no, see, that's the big thing about. That was the big thing about being a fan so early. I saw the
Mhm.
final year of like Kenny Stabler, Bob Lanier in basketball. You know, just
Right.
different legends. And then I go to the early into like the Justin Fields now, and I'm not even 45 yet.
Okay.
So
I
not even
get it. I
45
get it.
yet. So I can say I've got more generations than most people.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But really,
go ahead.
huh?
I'm a Penguins fan. I'm a Duke and Pittsburgh fan in college basketball. So
Yeah. I remember I was 14 years old in 1992, the Christian Laettner shot.
oh,
I was screaming
all I
at the
see was
shot.
highlights.
Yeah. I remember watching that game. I'm 14 years old and I screamed, ah, my dad's like, shut up. He was in bed.
Yep.
Oh my God. I liked Leitner. See, I liked Duke in that time, you know, I do like him. So but really I'm a Blues fan myself.
Okay.
I'm a Blues fan myself. They're just having a tough year this year.
Yeah, they are. Well,
But
Penguins are going up and down. So
well, what would you do? Let's put it this way. Let's get this deal. I like this conversation here.
same here.
Really, overall, let's just say with all your teams. What are some things if you woke up and became GM tomorrow? What are some things you'd want to do that need some improvement?
As far as what team?
Okay, let's pick it first. Steelers.
All right. First of all, I'm a Pittsburgh face. Goal. Yeah. Of the Steelers tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Bud Dupree.
Oh, okay.
Get Smith. Get back, like let him rest here and there, and then rotate him out. Get Jalen Ramsey. Get Trader 32 pick. I've been saying that. I even put a short out.
Right.
Then I would get Juju Smith-Schuster back to help Calvin Austin. And then during the draft, I would get Jordan Addison to help Calvin Austin because Kenny Pickett and Jordan Addison played with each other for a little bit.
Sure.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Like myself, if I GM tomorrow, truth be told, I am trading Justin Fields out of here. Justin Fields is out of Chicago.
You're not the only one that you're not the only one that doesn't like Justin Fields. So
I like Justin Fields. I'll explain. I hate his fans. I hate his fans like you hate Philly fans.
Correct.
Here's the thing. There's nothing overall by the overall talent that makes Mitch better than Justin Fields. You know that. I'm saying that. There's nothing that makes it. But with the overall team during the 2018 and go up, with the overall team and with everything, Mitch did his job, went with the defense. There was run game if you did all that kind of stuff, and there was ball games won, even with that horrible Nagy. There was ball games won. And what irritates me with Bears fans is they are like the teenage girls with Michael Jackson, and they are 35-year-old fans that faint at his mere presence. They slobber at a 5-20 record. And meanwhile, he is on a third year. And meanwhile, they need an offensive line. They need more running. They need all that kind of stuff like that. And they need an accurate quarterback, which he regressed with accuracy.
Derrick Henry's available.
I would love that.
I know you would.
I would love that. It's $100 million.
I know you would. Derrick Henry just
$100 million cap? $100 million cap? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Actually, Victor and I were talking about that earlier, that Derrick Henry just became available. They're planning on releasing him.
Oh, my God. I mean, see, and that's one of the things. Number two, like I said, number two would be Derrick Henry. Absolutely. Because, and then number three, here's the deal. Number three, I'm rebuilding the offensive line completely. Number four,
that's our weakness. That's our weakness.
Yep. Another thing you need to get rid of Matt Canada.
Mm-hmm.
You need
Victor. This is before I joined Sideline. That's what Victor and I were talking all last season. Matt Canada needs to go. Matt Canada. I can't stand Canada He plays the same schemes.
Well,
There's
you had
no-
Feitner. You had Feitner, and people bitched about him. Or griped about him. Sorry, Eric. He griped about him, Randy Fichtner.
Fichtner. Fichtner.
Yeah. You had Fichtner, but he had 2 of his 3 years over 400 points. So this is the thing about complaining about coaches. You can get worse.
Right.
And you sure are worse with Canada. And it's like,
right.
This is the one thing I did not want Pickett to play this year, and the reason was Canada. It's like, if you're gonna have a rough OC like that, you might as well get it with a guy who, like I said, he did with Nagy, a guy who's like, if the thing breaks down, he's just gonna dump the thing off or he's gonna run.
Well,
you might as well do it like, huh?
The original plan wasn't supposed to. Mitch Trubisky was supposed to be a bridge to mentor Kenny Pickett, but the way the season went, it kind of shifted the plan out of the way.
Thing is, they would have been. I'm just saying this. They would have been 9-8 anyway. No matter, because 9-8. I'm saying this: 9-8, 10-7. I mean, other than that 12-4 year that he had with the Bears with the defense, his ceiling is 9-8 or 10-7. That's what you would have had anyway. You know what I mean? So
I got it.
The difference being.
I get it, but I don't trust Mitch Trubisky all year with 9-8 record.
Well, no, I'm saying you would have had it anyway. But you want to know what the difference would have been?
What's
it
that?
would have been 9-8 going up and down. I'm just saying up and down, up and down. You have him outplaying to Tom Brady, which he did, and then you have him absolutely blowing up against Baltimore. You would have that all year long. Or then you have Kenny Pickett, who absolutely was barfing he was barfing on the field every week, and then he figured it out. So you have either way, it's 9-8.
I see it.
Yeah, but the thing is though, it's in truth, I get rid of Deontay. I think George Pickens is the man. Deontay went backwards, huh?
I don't know about that because he said that he's going to try harder. I don't know.
Well, Deontay blew up both quarterbacks. He dropped the ball, caused an interception. He'd run backwards when he'd be a first down. He'd run backwards to avoid the tackle. Then he'd be outside the first down line.
Yeah, he was spinning around like a dog taking a shit. I know.
Yeah, he would do all that, then he'd lose the first down. That's like he blew up both quarterbacks.
I know.
And I love George Pickens.
I think if we get Jordan Addison at 17, because we have the 17th pick, if we get Jordan Addison, I think Deontay can go. Yeah. And if we get a wide receiver in the off season in the free agent, I think Deontay can go. Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, I will be if we trade Johnson, we should get D-Hop. It's
he likes D-Hop, that's why.
He likes D-Hop?
He's a big D-Hop fan.
He's kind of hurt. He's got some bad ankles. He's getting
I'm on the fence with D-Hop, so I don't know.
Well, no,
he's been telling me that for a couple months now. So I don't know.
He's got some rough ankles and he's getting older. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right, but it's like if you use D-Hop, here's the thing with D-Hop. Well, for one thing, are you trying to get two high quality receivers with Matt Canada? It's like there's Luke Getsy in Chicago. And he had Justin Fields and zero passing game, zero idea. And so people are asking, "Oh my God, we want D-Hop." We want D-Hop. Why? So he can go block for Fields when he's running 80 yards?
It's possible. He does know how to pick and block.
He'd rather catch though.
I know. I'm just saying he could be an RPO player. I don't know. He still has some left in the tank. If Victor is right, we can sign him for a year and see how he does.
Well,
he knows how to catch and go forward. That's what
that is true.
About. Yeah, that's what Victor's getting at.
Well, no, one of the things about it is he knows how to be able to do that. But think about this with the GMs. It's like this is the big thing with GMs right now is whoever has the big year, no matter how crappy Everybody else. Gino had 7 crappy, awful, horrible the years, and I'm not even talking about just sitting on the bench. He'd get off the bench and they looked horrible. He gets a coach, figures it out, and gets $52 million coming up in the first year.
Yep.
And it's like anybody that figures it out and has a blown up year is going to get paid next year.
I get it. Yep.
Anybody.
I get it. That's right.
There are some miserable GMs, but it is what it is. You can't blame the teams. But I'm like, you can't blame the team. I'm not blaming the players. But it's like I think it this way: teams are going. I mean, right at this point in time, the teams have no interest in winning. I think they want the stars.
Mm-hmm. They
because
do.
They want the
And
stars.
whoever
want
brings
Michael
in,
Jackson.
And whoever brings in the money to help fill the stands up.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll tell you. I will bring a Mitch story up. You know when I knew Kenny was coming in the game?
How's that?
The week before that, not the 2 weeks before that at home against. Okay. It was like they were 1-1. They had one. He played one good game and one meh. Okay, so They get to that, and the game on that they and stuff like that. They go at home, and it is probably 40% empty.
They played the Jets that day.
Yeah, and I say, but it was 40% empty.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, he's going out. And it's like, the thing is, it's like really overall, it's like I said, whatever they were expecting by itself, it's like, are you expecting 9-8? But don't quit on somebody, especially if you got to remember he had 2 concussions. You don't want to boo your guy out. You don't want to ruin their confidence. Because that's what fans tend to do with that.
Right. That's what ESPN said, that they don't want to do that and then ruin his confidence. That's what ESPN said. Somebody said it on the podium.
Yeah, you don't want to. That's the thing. It's like you don't really. But you think about this. Look what happened to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz had by itself, he had about a couple of good years, like a 11-4 record. He had a couple of good years, and then he got the yips.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of this, and then people forget what he could do with that ball for a while.
And 2017, he was running for the MVP, but until he got injured.
Yeah, it's like this is what can. But see, unless someone has the ability to ignore and just do their thing, win, lose, or anything, and not a lot of quarterbacks do.
Right.
They don't have a lot of. Their own ego gets bombed.
I get it.
Yeah. So pick this now. Pick this. Let's just say, for instance, he's gone. Pick the backup you like.
It's going to take me a little bit. Out of Mason and Mitch Trubisky? Or
no,
Mason
just pick one from the free agency. They're both gone.
Oh, boy. Don't bash me at Steeler Nation, but if we have Aaron Rodgers available, I'll grab him.
And pick back on the bench?
Hey, whatever happens, I'm just saying Aaron Rodgers can throw.
Well, the thing is,
Derek Carr's out. Derek Carr is the one I really wanted, but Derek Carr went to New Orleans this morning.
You know what's going to happen with Derek Carr? It's going to be a 9-8 record, 8-9, and he's going to throw over 5,000 yards because he's going to play 11 games inside of a dome this year.
I was going to say 8-9, but you gave him the credit of 9-8.
I said 8-9, 9-8. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
but he'll throw over 5,000 yards no matter what because he's got 11 games in an indoor stadium. He'll have 400-yard games.
The Saints need more help than Derek Carr because Kamari might be going to jail for.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Well, they don't have any more money. They're closer to bankruptcy than they are. They're closer to bankruptcy than they are out of the red. I mean.
Yeah, his trial's coming up in July, I think.
Oh boy. But then here's the thing that goes into training camp, so he's not got time for training camp.
Nope.
Even if he does go get off.
Nope.
But no, you don't know. I can say this: the few thoughts about it is you could say if you could give it a try, Jarrett Stidham, he won a couple of games. There's a backup.
Right.
Jared Stidham. I mean, let's see. Your backup, by the way, not your backup. Phillies backup. Excuse me.
Who, Ginshu?
Yeah, Minshew. Yeah.
No, not Minshew. Minshew's like, oh man.
Well,
No,
he
no,
doesn't
no,
win
no,
games though. He doesn't win games.
no. Minshew came in and oh my god, no, I don't want Minshew.
No. Well, see, you having trouble. This is the point, though. You having trouble figuring out backups, showing how many bad backups there are in the league.
They are.
There
There's
are
a lot
a
of them.
ton of just miserable backups. And I try to. This is what I tried to. I tried to do this 3 years ago, like 2 years. Okay, I'll say this. A couple years ago, 3 years or something like that. I told people, this is when Mitch was in the thing. I always said to people, I never said don't let him go. I used to say to the idiot fans, I'd say, if you're going to get rid of Mitch, do it properly. I said, the people were slobbering for Cam, and it wasn't Cam because of everything. It wasn't Cam of 2015, but they were looking at his highlights of 2015. It was the 2 ankle surgeries and the shoulder surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Cam. And I mean, I like Cam Newton, but I knew what they were going to do. They were going to turn him into a circus act like they do Justin now. And that was the thing. You know who I wanted? I wanted Tom Brady. But
okay.
Here's he admits. But see, you want to know what they were doing, what the Bears fans are doing in the midst of that? The Bears fans were just using that one highlight of him throwing that interception for the end zone. That was his final pass. They were saying, we don't want him. We want Cam. Tom wins another Super Bowl.
If we got a backup quarterback, I'll probably get Cooper or whatever that
Cooper
Dallas
Rush.
Now,
Cooper Rush wins ball games. This is my point.
That's who I would get if I had a choice to get a backup quarterback.
Yes. Here's the thing. That's what I talk about to people. You go get a Cooper Rush or something. It would be cheaper, but that's the point. Go get somebody that can come in and win ball games, because when you've had a quarterback, even if he's a stud, right, he's had 2 concussions and they don't let you do anything. Because here's the deal with the way the concussion protocol is, whoever's the backup next year is going to play anyway. Because if it takes half a second for Pickett to respond, Mitch is playing the rest of the game. That's the way these stupid things are.
Right.
Huh? What'd you say on that?
Victor, if he's 2 cents in, if
you
1 cent in, he can.
Yeah, but the thing is, Cooper Rush. He is not a star, but he comes in and wins ball games. That is what it should be. And I know in 16 straight years of winning seasons, they're not gonna want losing thing.
He carried Dallas almost all year because Prescott was doing horrible.
Well, the biggest thing about it, that was a tough situation with Cooper with Dak, because Cooper was never going to. You will not have an offensive explosion with Cooper Rush. You will have steady as it goes, and the defense do its job. If you're going to have an offensive explosion, Dak has had way more than one of those.
I get it.
Yeah, he's had. If you're going back and forth, you get Dak. But if you get steady as it goes, doesn't make a lot of mistakes, that's Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
And it just depends. Steady as it goes was 2018 Bears.
But the thing with Pickett is, I know he had the 2 concussions, but he had less interceptions than Peyton Manning and Dan Marino combined.
Yeah, but he also had 6 in the 2 weeks, but he learned.
I know. I'm not counting that. I'm talking about that, but he developed every week.
Oh, I think here's the thing. Pickett's a stud. Pickett's a stud as far as a mindset. He's confident. That's the one big thing that I can say about, and I didn't want him in yet just because I think it's too early and Matt Canada's horrible, but he came in. He came in, and the biggest thing about it is he did not let those 6 interceptions get him. And
Right.
when it comes to fans and they're kicking windows and looking for the shiniest new thing, that's an awesome thing.
Mm-hmm.
Quit
They backed
and that's the
them
one
up.
thing. Huh?
They backed them up.
Yep. And it's like, but that's the thing. It's like Kenny needs to have that because there's going to be weeks when he loses 2-3 in a row. They're going to quit on him.
Yeah.
And they're going to quit on him, and he needs to have that confidence that he can keep going. And not a lot of quarterbacks have that.
Hopefully he's 36 or 37 when that happens, but
That's
we'll see.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you this. One of the things about it was the reason I'm so, you've seen my Twitter and stuff like that. Reason I'm so viciously tough on Bears fans is because growing up, my first 8 years of the Bears, okay? Tremaine Edmonds, not bad. Really? Tremaine Edmonds?
yeah, from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Because his brother's playing with us.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But the reason is my first 8 years I watched the Bears, I had Ditka at that time. In the first 8 years, 6 winning seasons, 3 NFC title games, a Super Bowl. And my first 3 years, I didn't see 2 losses in a row.
Right.
So when you see that and you absorb it, and I wasn't just like that, I absorbed it. You want that again. And a lot of these fans are looking at moves that may give them 1 Super Bowl. I want to see that kind of dominance again.
Right. I know. And hopefully about 3-4 years down the road, we will.
Yeah, well,
right now, Orlando Pace is a free agent now. Chiefs are
Junior?
Yeah, they're going to release him.
I would love to see the Bears get him. But no.
I know.
But no, it's like Steelers. The thing is, I would kill for your Steelers, though. Even in your worst times, you're 9-8.
Mm-hmm.
It's like have that or 3-14.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to get by the Steelers. I don't think you'll ever see 3-14.
No, you haven't seen a losing season with Tomlin.
Yeah, no.
So what do you think of Tomlin?
Awesome, really good coach. I just think he needs to challenge more and have better time management.
Yeah, the thing is, anybody's asking for him to get fired. Okay, I'll take him in 14 seconds. William Jackson III released from the Steelers for $14 million.
Thoughts?
What do you think of that one?
I'll take it.
Well,
I'll take it. He's not that expensive. I know $14 million is expensive to you and I, but $14 million is not that to them.
Okay, which of the backup quarterbacks would you rather have? Jameis Winston, Mariota. Well, let's see. Right at that point in time, let me see what he said on that real fast.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's see. Which one would you rather have? Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz, or Blaine Gabbert?
Mariota.
Yeah, he's good at throwing backwards 15 yards.
He's a good. Tomlin likes mobile quarterbacks. That's why we drafted Pickett. So
yeah,
I don't.
Well, that's true. All three of that quarterback room is mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I can see that. You're right. So you could say that Blaine Gabbert's not going to be a Steeler.
No, but I can see Mariota, and I can also see Carson. Even though I don't want Carson Wentz, but then we hear the Wentzvania crap again if he comes back.
The what?
The Wentzvania crap.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. I'd say, truthfully, if you're doing a backup, Winston.
That was my second guess.
Yeah, Winston. It's like, my only thing is when he really gets off, he is a turnover machine. Heavy turnover machine.
See, the thing is, he did great in college, but he went to the NFL and he did crap.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. It's like But the thing is, why is Blaine Gabbert still in the picture?
Johnny Manziel was the same way. Did good in college. Went to the NFL. He did horrible. Now he's up in Canada.
Well, he did money. He did that money sign and everything. It's like,
yeah, I know. I'm just giving you an example of.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's the same situation.
Exactly. Yeah, I know that. And it's like the biggest thing with it is, I say this part, and I'm bringing this to the hill. If the NFL, for all at the time of of complete and utter love and not any viciousness, wasn't willing to give Tebow any more chances, even though he got one season, they're not, and because they called him a distraction, they're not going to give Johnny Manziel a chance, and he wasn't.
No
you
way.
know what I mean? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because Tebow by media is beautiful, but by a media thing, by business, by everything is beautiful, but he was a distraction. So if they're doing that, they're gonna shut down all distractions. See, no one's been able to discipline him with turnovers, though. No one has. That's the whole thing. He can have his moments, and his arm looks beautiful, but when he gets off, he has 4 interceptions like crazy.
Quarterbacks, Victor. Quarterbacks, not corner.
Yeah. Marcus Peters? What do you think of that one?
I'd rather have Ramsey, but if we can't get Ramsey, I'll take Peters. But
it works.
Ramsey's like my top guy. I've been following him since Jacksonville, but I just was like, come on, come over here.
You think someone's thinking, could you see Andy Reid trying to fix Carson Wentz?
No.
I don't. You see, you want to know what happened to Carson Wentz? It's kind of like the story of Rick Ankiel in St. Louis for baseball. It's kind of like the story of that. It's like he was so good, then he got the yips, and then he becomes a hitter. But the biggest thing you say is sometimes you get the yips and you never get out of it. And this isn't the era you can have that anymore, because no one's going to turn him into a tight end like they turned Ankiel into a hitter.
Right.
So they're not. Does Najee Harris have a bounce back year in 2023? Yes.
Depends on the offense. Depends on the offensive line. If the offensive line blocks, then yeah. And he didn't really do that bad towards the end of the year. After the bye week, he did fairly well.
Yeah. Well,
but if he stays healthy, he got injured in training camp. So if he does stay healthy, then yeah, it'll be a bounce back year. It all depends on that offensive line.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. And it's like, really, and I'll tell you, though, I see that is the one thing, even if as bad as the offensive line gets, that is the one thing Tomlin is at when he's over at those camps at all times. He's always down at the offensive linemen, the trenches. He wants that to improve. Huh?
Roethlisberger's last year, the offensive line blocked. He just goes up the outside. This year, it was like, okay, should I or shouldn't I? He kept hesitating going up the middle. He didn't go out the outside. He didn't go on the outside like he did in his rookie year. If he played every year like he did his rookie year, he would be like Herschel Walker or Barry Sanders.
I'll tell you this: Najee is an athletic freak.
Yes, if he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, if he takes care of that foot.
You want to know who would be one? You know, he'd be one heck of a pickup for the Steelers for like the league minimum.
Who's that?
Tariq Cohen.
Ooh, that's a name. That's a name that. Ooh. Oh.
He's going to be gone from the Bears. I'm telling you right now. If he doesn't go backwards and he doesn't play joystick, he's got ups, and not ups. Excuse me. He's got the Jets.
See, now you're not alone. Yeah. You're not alone.
No.
I streamed that game. I'm like,
you're not alone. No, you're not alone. You're not alone, Denzel. I didn't hate Pickett. I just didn't like that they put him in so early. But I mean, I've said from the get-go when he took that sack against he took that sack against the Jets, and then he laughed and he got in their face. He's got swag.
And nobody's mentioning the Raiders comeback win. That was electric.
Yeah. See, the thing is, you got to have swag to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a lot of swag. Really, it's like you don't need to be just Mr. Humble, everything like that. It's like, because truthfully, Pickett and Burrow could have some amazing rivalry.
Victor.
No, because he's not going to want it. He's going to cause a problem in the He's going to cause an absolute problem in the locker room. He's going to want to start.
Victor, you and I talk constantly. You know what he did in Carolina. Come on, man. You know exactly what he did in Carolina. Come on, dude.
Right now, Pickett's got Oh yeah. Oh no. I mean, no. Here's the thing, Denzel, and that's the truth. He is a stud. He's a stud. He's got all the gumption in the world. He's got as much gumption as Burrow. It's just he's got as much gumption. See, I try to protect when I see somebody a stud, as much stud as it, because I like Fields. When I don't hate Fields. When I say I want him to go, I want him to have a successful career. I don't think the Bears are it.
Mm-mm.
Not with that fan base. Not with those slobbering Michael Jackson lovers. No, they're not. But no, I'll tell you this. I wish Franco Dares could have seen him do that too, That was a tough part. But no, Tariq Cohen, for a league minimum, league minimum, it's like if he's got the Jets, if he has got the Jets, if he doesn't play joystick, he is really good for a little slot.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that. Your 70-yard thing, I can see it right. And considering that A.J. Brown had a 70-yard touchdown, A.J. Green, excuse me, considering he had a 70-yard field, and that was his very last play, a 70-yard touchdown, I know that Tariq Cohen can do it.
Right. I thought you were talking about the Super Bowl catch there when you said A.J. Brown.
No, A.J. Green.
Okay.
But no, A.J. Green, that was his final catch, and he retired. So it's like, good for him. But I'm like, if he can do it, I know Tariq can do it. He's only 27 years old.
Our Steelers' weakness is our offensive line. We need to get an offensive lineman bad. And I'd like to get Tyler Pace from Ohio State, but he's going to be gone by 17.
Oh, yeah. We need – and our Bears, that's the – I still remember – I don't remember 83 because I was a fan in 84, but the one thing that I've got the history I've heard of was the 83. They got Richard Denton, 2 offensive linemen for their draft.
It's going to be interesting. I can't wait till draft night, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, draft night's bittersweet for me because I love it for the getting the players. I hate it because ESPN decides they want to play the torture porn or you know what I'm saying, or they want to play right. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
they want to play torture porn and say if somebody's having a perfect life, they don't want to talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've had a drive-by shooting and they lost 6 of their uncles to cancer, we're going to hit 20 minutes on it.
Yep, I know.
Victor's trauma porn. That's not torture porn, trauma porn.
Yeah, Victor's just agreeing with me with the offensive line.
I don't know.
But
I mean, considering I'd love to see it. It's like, because I want to see, this is a very important one for the Bears because they got $100 million in cap. But personally, to me, this is the time. This is the time if you are going to keep Fields, you go get a runner like that and you go pay some money, you build around it, or you just wasted the time. He's 5-20.
Yeah, I'm not worried about our defense. If we get Bud Dupree, that's great to give Alex Smith some breathing time and get Jalen Ramsey to help Mika Fitzpatrick. But our offensive line is our weakest spot. You go there and be like, boom, there's their weak spot. There's the weakest link right there.
Well, yeah, and it's like, and you got to remember that Najee had to fight through a lot of that offensive line to get some yards this year.
But our defense is solid. If we get Ramsey, if we get Bud Dupree, I'm good. But if we just need to work on our offensive line, our wide receivers are pretty good. Just get like one or two wide receivers.
Fans need patience because when Najee was
They're not.
No. I say they
Yeah.
lack patience. What I'm saying, it's
Yeah.
like they lack patience is because what I was saying with that is because Najee, when they had Najee this year and he was struggling, they were trying to replace him. And then what does the backup do? He says, "Oh, I can't do what he can," but yet, it's like it's kick the tires and look for the next shiny thing, as my buddy Steelers Convo says. He's one of my buddies, so it's like he'll talk about that.
Right. No, I'm saying that
Not low key.
What you said about our fan base needs to be more patient. Every free agent that gets available, the Bears get rid of somebody, the Chiefs get rid of somebody. Oh, we're gonna grab them. No, hold on.
I said impatient. I said impatient.
Okay, but I'm like, come on, hold on.
Oh no, the Bears fans do it too. It's like, oh my God, we're gonna get D-Hop. Why? Oh my God,
we're gonna go
get.
He's available.
Why? It's like they got Claypool last year. He had 20 targets in 7 games.
And I'm guilty of this. Before I became a YouTuber, I felt the same way. Oh, he's available. He's available. Oh yeah. I'm like, but I figured out when I became a YouTuber, like, all right, there's other side to this. It's like, oh.
I hated that Claypool trade from the shot. Hated it.
I loved it. I'm
glad you loved it because you got 3 beautiful draft picks.
No, hold on. I'm not trashing the Bears. I thought Justin Fields and him were going to be like Ben and Brown.
I sure did. I didn't.
I did because at first I was like, Justin Fields has an arm.
Claypool has an arm, but they have no. He has an arm, but they have no. They don't have a system. They don't have a run. They don't have They do not have a passing system whatsoever. None. Right. The touchdowns he threw, someone was 60 yards open. Got open because
I don't know the Bears system, so I was like, all right,
there is no system.
Right. Okay.
There is no system. There is no system. Getsy could never figure it out. It's like because he could run so well, he could go that way. Then if someone would be 60 yards open, that was their idea of a throw. I mean, that's what happened. That was their idea of a passing system.
Think hard.
I don't think Cam started 5-20, and he didn't have the worst. Come in here, bud. Let's hear you. Let's hear you. Come on in, because come on in, Denzel.
Okay. Cam, first of all, Cam was not in near the dumpster fire that Chicago is right now.
That's the truth there.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Also, you got to look at, people say that he's got like a cannon of an arm, right? But he has accuracy problems. That was the same ill with Cam Newton in the beginning part of his career, right? You look at their sides. Fields stands about 6'3". They both got generally the same build. Fields about 6'3", 240. And Cam was going, 6'6", about 255, 260, you know?
No, the Fields is low-key huge.
You're close.
Fields is low-key huge. He's low-key huge. This, I've told you 1,000 times. I mean, you've talked to me enough. I'm not hater on Fields. In fact, he is a nice kid. He's also a hell of an athlete. He's also a worker. He's also Rocky Balboa, and you see him after every game, he's exhausted. He gives every inch of himself. I don't hate the kid. I thought
he was done at preseason. He goes like this, he went down, he laid there like that. I thought he was done.
I know.
He gets back up, he's like, hi.
Exactly. No, but here's the thing. But with the way that these slobbering fans are, they don't need that kind of thing, and they don't need to turn him into a circus act. They turn him into a circus act, and guess what? They turn him into a circus act. They would have turned Cam Newton into a circus act when they wanted him to. They want the big plays, but meanwhile, no winning. They're not going to care about winning as long as they get to that. It's like a rock concert, and the Bears need to start winning, especially when you're getting that close to a new field.
Well, when you look at Newton, so he was drafted in 11, right? And by 4 years, he won MVP and made a Super Bowl. Look what they did during that time period. They gave him a running game. They gave him targets. He had a solid Olsen. He had a pretty pretty damn good defense. You know what I mean? This is what we've been trying to tell. Because we're okay. You and I are opposite sides of the fence on this one. You think they should get rid of Fields? I think they should keep him. They should build around Fields, and that's what they're not doing.
Well, that's what
I could see if they attempted to build around him, and after a couple years it's not working. You want to, he deserves better. Okay, cool. But they're not even attempting to build around him first.
And that's what my point is. I would love the kid here in Atlanta for home to be a star where they would build. And that's where that absolutely would want that because he's from Kennesaw. I would love to see him with the big posters, and they would have that here in a hurry. And I would want to see that. And it's like I want the best for Fields. I want this. It's like the fans aren't going to give it. They're going to have. Ryan Poles has got to ignore them and do the best what is needed.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. 5-20. And he has, and the thing about it is, Fields regressed as a passer. You can get targets, but he threw the worst. He probably threw the worst in the last game of the year. He threw the worst interception in the last, I'd say, 25 years with no run. He had no defensive line, no anything. Everybody was back waiting for him to run or throw the long ball, and he throws it about 15 yards and gets it picked anyway, with no rush. He literally just he really skipped. He really froze up, and then he threw a bad interception. Which, if that was any other quarterback in this league, there would be torches and pitchforks.
Except Mahomes.
Yeah, and Mahomes would never throw that ball. Mahomes would never
except Mahomes. If it was Jackson, they damn sure would have roasted him. If it was Allen, Allen's actually prone to a bad pick like every couple of games. So we'll let that one ride.
Bad.
And that's going to happen in the NFL.
You don't get as bad at that pick as the last time when you have there was no defensive line, no rush, and they're waiting for the long ball or him run, and he still throws a pick.
I will say this much though: Fields to Atlanta, I know the people around there would get flashbacks of Vic and would welcome him with open arms.
He's a lot smarter than Vic. A lot smarter than Vic and a lot better.
Hold it. Now you're stepping on toes here. Are we talking about the Philly Vic or the Atlanta Vic?
Better than Atlanta Vic.
Atlanta Vic. For one thing, Philly Vic actually, he had Andy Reid to get him but he learned a little late. Atlanta Vic was not a good quarterback. He was a joystick.
Right. Atlanta Vic literally got away with playing street ball for half the time. That's why I'm such a fan. He's electrifying. He's known as a Falcon, but I've always said I'm more of a fan of Vic 2.0 when he was an Eagle because he actually learned how to play quarterback. He learned how to read defense. He learned how to make better reads.
That's why I asked the question, Philly or
Vic was better.
He had 60. And that's what I'm saying, though. He'd have a 60-yard throw, a 50-yard run, or 3 and out in Atlanta every time.
Yeah,
and that's what the thing. Fields would be a lot better than Vic. And they don't realize that. And he's got star. And I'll tell you this, and you've heard me say this, Jay. Fields has star quality up to wazoo. He has Hollywood star quality.
Yeah, he low key rushed for 1,000 yards. The third quarterback to do so in history. Just like Michael Vick was the first to do it. So I don't know. The Bears really have to figure out what they're doing here. They have to build this dude a team. And you know what? I don't think they're going to get rid of Justin Fields. They're going to get rid of that GM before Fields. I can about guarantee it. They're going to get rid of that GM before Fields.
If they don't, I'll tell you this. And he's in his third year, which you heard me. See, this is the thing, Pensman. He heard me say this from the get-go. I said, I don't want Fields playing the first year at all, not with Nagy. And they paid for it because he's regressed on that thing. He didn't have to play. Andy Dalton could have gotten 6-11, and you could have let the kid learn. And I didn't want it. I make these things. When I say I don't want them to play, it's because I don't want them to suffer. I didn't want Pickett to play because I didn't want him with Canada. I want him with the real OC.
Right.
I want him with the real OC. When you get fans that are just so impatient, they don't understand. They put these players in the worst situations.
Right.
They do this because they want rock stars. They don't want to win.
Yeah, and the NFL is all about hype. I'm sure Pensman can attest to this one.
It is.
When it comes to Pickett, I mean, he's coming off that career he had at Pitt. They kept Kenny Pickett in Pittsburgh. It was a foregone conclusion. At some point in time, he was going to start last year. Now, as much as you're against it, you know what I mean? Now, and Pensman, you say, like, he did pretty solid. Like, I like what's in this kid. Do you think that it was too soon to bring him in?
Yes. It was. I would have, if I was Tomlin right now, I would have muscled through Trubisky through the bye week.
Right.
And that was after Philly. That was that Philly game at week 8.
You're right, but that would have been because that got to remember that was the tough games. But it's like that was all those tough games by itself. I see what your point is, because in there you got to realize the Miami game. In the Miami game, that was not a really good game by itself. There was maybe 2 of the 5 games that you said you would have muscled through. 2 of the 5 games that Trubisky would have won. That gets it closer to the 500. Again, that's what he is. You see what I've been saying? That's what he is. That makes it tougher because that's what he is. He'll get you that close.
Mm-hmm. It's actually fair to
9-8, 10-7. It's all that. That's what makes it. So he probably just wanted to make that decision now.
Well. Actually, because of how the Steelers ended up last year, that actually solidified your point, Jacob. Is you said Trubisky is a 9 or 10 win quarterback, right?
Yeah, 10 at the highest, 9 and 8 normally. Yeah.
2018, notwithstanding, I think the Bears overachieved the double doink playoff game. That season, 12-4, I think the Bears overachieved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But outside of that, Trubisky, you're right, 9-10 win quarterback. The Steelers finished 9-8 with Pickett at quarterback. Trubisky would have given you the same result.
And like I said, it would have been different. It would have been. Let's see. With it wouldn't have been as exciting as with Pickett. Pickett got those comebacks and got about the last 4 or 5 games. That was an exciting 9-8. This one would have been the up and down, outplay Tom Brady, and then barf up against Baltimore. And then you would see it would be over and over. He might have a chance of beating Miami. He might have beaten Miami. Miami was terrible that game. He might have beaten them. No,
Pickett.
No.
Pickett brings.
No. Pickett was terrible that game. He might have taken. Trubisky might have taken that one. But there were games that, like, for instance, Trubisky's not beating Buffalo. He wasn't beating Buffalo. That was a beatdown.
No. Our defense was horrible against Miami. They would, no matter who was quarterback, they would have. If Tom Brady was on the Steelers, they would have lost. Yeah. Miami outplayed us flat that game.
Well, but Miami was not playing that good that game either. That could have been a stolen game. But
that running back put over 100 plus.
Huh?
That running back put 100 running. Yeah, our defense played like crap.
Well, that was a 16-10 game, so that was that. It's like that could have been a stolen game. That happens sometimes in the NFL. But I'm just saying, though. But you're right. It's like it wouldn't have been as exciting a 9-8 team. The last 4 games were that. The other ones would have been like, okay, the game against the game against Tampa. But then the barf up against Baltimore, but then Carolina. He had a good game against Carolina. He ended up having 3 games over 100 this year, 100 rating.
Yeah.
And just like out of that thing. He would have had that, but then you have the barf up, and then you have the thing. It's not as exciting. So you get that. You understand why they went to him now then.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, and Pensman can probably attest to this. Pittsburgh historically has never been known as an exciting team. They're a gritty, smash-mouth team. With a monstrous defense. They get it done ugly, probably more often than not, but they get it done. Pickett showed the Steelers fans something that a lot of them in Heinz Field had never seen before.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what is this? Like, we're not the Falcons. We're not like, what is this? This Pickett kid's kind of exciting, you know what I mean? Trubisky, I think, would have given you the old normal Steelers.
Grind.
Probably Denzel's talking about the Cordell Stewart days.
The slash days, the Neil O'Donnell days type. Yeah.
Trubisky gives you the grind out of 16, get all that. See, here's the thing. It's hard to get over that because let's try to think of this for a second. Tomlin is like 27 over 500 with 6 points or less in his career. Just some absurd number. 27 under. That reminds me of Ditka, because Ditka was like 25 over 500 with the 6 points and under. It's like it's just that grinding, tough game.
And he just passed them too.
Huh? He did.
He just passed. He just passed them in 500.
In 500, yep.
Yeah, and it was 6 points less. You know how good you have to be as a coach to win that many games? To win that many games close.
Denzel, do you agree with me what I said earlier about Tomlin, about time management and challenges? That's the only weaknesses I have on Tomlin. Everything else, he knows how to draft. He knows how to scout.
Sometimes his challenges, I'm just like, dude, what are you doing?
That's what I was saying. If you watch my stream prior, I'm like, why?
You know better, dude. Like, come on.
Think about this. Wouldn't you put him on Houston on your team as your coach?
Tomlin?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
But if it's in the last 2 minutes and it's kind of tight, I'm kind of doing this. And if he's got a challenge in the back pocket, it's like, oh man, is he gonna throw the flag on some you know what? Or what's going on?
If
the Pittsburgh Steelers got rid of him, he would have got his job like that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If it's in the final 2 minutes, there is no coach in the league I trust more than Mike Tomlin.
All right.
There is none, because he just keeps winning these games.
Right.
Year after year, 16-13, 13-10. People they hate that game, but they don't realize how tough that game that is to win.
Yeah. But you know what? And we've talked about this on Pundits Pundit, and we're actually at the hour mark. We gotta wrap up. But
let's say that real quick.
But here's the deal. Pittsburgh has to win a Super Bowl within, I'd say, the next 4 years. Because outside of that, all these ticky-tack tight seasons, the second he goes 7-10 or 8-9, hot seat, if not already gone.
Yep.
So he's got to win it. He's a Pensman. I'm sorry, man. Y'all got to win a Super Bowl in the next 4 years.
I get it.
It's because he's a black coach.
I get it.
That's just we talked about this. He's a black coach.
Right.
He will be gone.
No, you're not wrong.
He will be gone.
You're not wrong.
He's had to have 16 straight years to stay and keep his job.
Yeah. And with no losing season, but they can always throw in his face, the standard at Pittsburgh is championships. They will always throw that in anyone's face. Rooney's always going to play that card. They're always going to play that card. The standard at Pittsburgh is championship.
Same exact stats with no losing seasons than Bill Cowher. Same exact.
Yeah.
The no losing seasons.
Yeah. And you know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if it has been entertained in the last some odd years to get rid of them, but they don't, because they know there'll be an uproar.
I get it.
Now let's leave it with this. The thing I say with this is this is what I say with my Bears, and you've heard me, Jay. I say this with everybody else. Replace properly, because every time you listen to fans who just want to get jumpy and want to get something else, it can get worse. Yeah. It can get worse. It's like, I'll tell you this right now. You're loving the 5-20 guy right now, but it's like there's no proof he's getting built around. And it's like, and meanwhile, you're going to look back, and there was with the other guy, even if he's not as good, there was 2 playoff seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like it's the overall team. In the end, it's not your little rock star. Let's see, faint with Michael Jackson on the ground from 35-year-old men. It's not that. It's about winning in the end.
It is absolutely.
But Philly was horrible with Chip Kelly and all those years. But they slowly, nobody paid attention to them. They got this player. They got that player. They got that player. Fans were like, why? They got that player. They got that player. Why? Then they soared to the top of the league.
Giving Howie credit, he didn't listen to fans. Didn't listen to him at all. That is
except for when it came to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. But every single player when they got why he didn't listen to him. That's what every single GM and front office in the league needs to take advantage of. Quit listening to fans.
I know. I'm
Yes.
just saying that. I think they slowly progress to get better, and everybody's like, "Oh, Philly got better." New York's starting to creep up. No one's paying attention to the Giants. They're slowly getting better.
Yeah, but they don't need to pay $45 million to Dimes.
One person changed the whole organization. They got a brand new coach. They took risks, and they finally made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I talked to this, and I've said this to JB Ellis. At worst, not worst. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. At his best, is
There
it
you go.
possible? At his best, is it possible that Daniel Jones could be Alex Smith, a running quarterback, not a huge arm, and just needed the right coach? How many coaches and offensive coordinators did Alex Smith go through before he started getting good? Because I can tell you, he was drafted in 2005. He didn't start winning until 2011. That's year 6. Think about how many first rounders go 6 losing seasons, with a team. Usually they cut bait with them after
Not
4
anymore.
years.
Not anymore.
Exactly.
This is why I want Justin to get built around or leave, is because he's not going. If he was do you realize if he has another year like that, and I'm saying this, like another year in that case, say 4-13, which who
Right.
knows? That's 9-38 as a starter. That
Yeah.
makes him a low-key biggest bust in the history of the game, and that's not fair to him.
No.
You
Not at all.
honestly think Daniel Jones has what it takes to be elite?
Not elite, but the thing is as long as they build that team up continuously and build that defense up, and Saquon can stay healthy, they get Sterling Shepard back next year. Maybe they add one more piece on offense. Jones doesn't have to be elite.
Well, Jones was poor man's. Let's see, and get Ramsey, get the linebackers, and there'll be a threat. There's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Jones was 2000. The Giants this year were 2018 Bears. It was, except there was less throwing touchdowns, 9 less throwing touchdowns, but it was low key less. It was no mistakes. Just run the ball, get the thing. Do all that stuff. That's exactly what 2018 was. There just wasn't a double doink.
Yeah.
I know a perfect wide receiver for you for the Bears.
Who?
Galloway, or the guy the Bears Giants just got rid of.
You're talking about not Galloway, but
you know what I'm talking about? It's something way.
The one the Giants got rid of, Denzel.
It's something way.
Evan Ingram?
No, that's a tight end.
It's something way, but he would be perfect for you. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Yeah.
I do. And
he'll be perfect. You guys need to start doing the RPO, and you guys will be electrifying.
Well, it's either way, they got to learn how to get a system there. Well, let us just say we got to wrap ourselves up. And Pensman, that was awesome. That was an awesome conversation. We had a lot of fun tonight with you, and we look forward to having you on Sideline Sports. And hopefully we can get ourselves. Hopefully we have a part 2 someday. We'll see what we have.
We will.
Oh yeah,
I'm always
and it's like good luck on your shows, man. Good luck on your shows, man. We love your stuff. We'll look forward to having you here.
All right, appreciate it.
No problem. For Denzel Snipes, I'm Jacob Christner for Punditviews. Wait till Wednesday. We have some big topics on the Pundit's Pundit, and I'm going to be doing a triple header then. So for everybody, you have a good night.